Good morning, Oracles. Well, we got some news over the weekend about some updates when it comes to production. So Berlin looks like they've hit another week where they've made 1,000 vehicles. So they're starting to get pretty consistent with this. That is fantastic news. We know that come Q3 or Q4, they will be having a third shift coming online to be able to produce even more vehicles. Elon has also said that they're looking for exponential ramp when it comes to Q3 and Q4 from all of the factories, maybe not Fremont because they're kind of capped out, although they did hit record day production just recently, so they may hit a couple of more of those along the way, but they're pretty tapped out at the very top there. Shanghai is looking very strong. They're looking like they're back over 3,000 vehicles per day, and they should be pushing even higher than that. We are getting rumors that they are looking to be getting themselves to 100,000 vehicles per month, which would put them at 1.2 million vehicle run rate annually. Troy Teslike over on Twitter is saying looks like they're probably going to be closer to around 83,000 vehicles per month, which puts them at about 1 million vehicles annually. Either way, that's a very strong number. So if they're between 1 million and 1.2 million vehicles as a run rate annually, that's an enormous number going forward. And now, while I don't think that's going to be enough to be able to make up the lost ground that they had for being shut down for a month, that does bode very well for the future going forward. And now Troy Teslike had also mentioned that the expansion that is happening in Shanghai, which is actually a new factory built about 50 kilometers away. Now, construction hasn't started yet, but it is slated to start construction by the end of the year. And it will probably take about 1 year to build, and so they'll start production there probably end of 2023 or beginning of 2024. The capacity for that is about 450,000 vehicles. So we should still see growth coming out of Shanghai, pushing higher and higher numbers going forward, and then once we hit the end of 2023, that number will jump up even higher again. And now we have seen some very strong demand for right-hand drive vehicles when it comes to Australia, but it also looks like Shanghai is going to be having some downtime in July for retooling on their equipment, so chances are Australia is not going to see deliveries until probably September. Troy Teslike was speaking about this over on Twitter. So if you're in Australia and you've got a lead time between July and August, that might end up getting pushed out until September just for the retooling downtime in Shanghai. And now looking at Austin, there's a lot of information that we don't have coming out of there. We know that the 4680s are a vital part of production there. So it seems like they're going a little bit slower. Again, hopefully we'll get more information when we get production and delivery numbers on July 2nd. So we'll wait for that to be going forward. And now we also know that Berlin is working on the 4680 batteries as well. We saw some equipment going in that looked like they should be for the 4680 battery line. And now we also have information that they should be starting that sometime in Q3, maybe September, October time, to be able to pumping out vehicles over there with the 4680s as well. It also looks like oil prices are continuing to fall. Again, we spoke about this last week, where oil prices coming down will bode very well for the market because right now we seem to be stuck in a pattern where inflation is high due to oil. The Fed can only control so much, and oil prices are out of their control. So if oil prices continue to come down, that could be a leading indicator to inflation coming down. And then if inflation comes down, that's going to be a great sign for the market overall, because then the Fed can back off of their hawkish stance and go a little more dovish, and then we can rally out of that with a dovish stance from the Fed. So if we can continue to see oil prices come down as quickly as they did last Friday, we could see oil under $100 a barrel by the end of the week. If we go under $100 a barrel at the end of the week, I think we can see a very strong push in the market upward. And now yesterday we did see crypto jump up significantly, and we talked about this recently about how crypto has been a leading indicator for when it comes to the stock market. And so Bitcoin bounced around the mid 17,000 range and then pushed back up over 20,000. Now we have been seeing similar patterns recently where it makes a massive drop down and then kind of levels off for a little while, does a little bump up and then falls hard back down again. So again, nobody knows what the future is going to bring. It doesn't seem like we have any reason whatsoever to believe that crypto or the market are going to come back in a strong fashion anytime soon. So if we level off here and stay here at the bottom, that could be a good sign that maybe we've found the bottom, or maybe we're just going to be holding this pattern for a short while and then drop a little bit more again. Still have yet to see what's going on, but if we do hold this level, that could mean we might see a Green Tuesday tomorrow for Tesla and the rest of the stock market. Again, these are all just short-term things. For anybody who is playing long-term, I kind of look at the fact that, regardless of what is happening right now, we will be strong long-term down the road. Ron Barron had mentioned it. We've gone through many recessions. We've gone through deep, sharp drop-offs in the stock market. Even the stock market crash of 1929, where we went into the Great Depression, we did recover. Took a long time to recover, but we did recover. And anybody who had money back then, which wasn't many people at all, but if you did invest during those times, you would have done very well holding long term. So the way I look at it is this way. The stock market isn't going anywhere. Some companies within the stock market very well may go bankrupt and be gone by the time we come out of this. So if you're investing, make sure you do diligence and research to invest in the companies that you feel strongest. Tesla, for me, is the strongest company I see coming out of this, so that's why I'm putting the majority of my money into that. So the stock market isn't going anywhere. And you gotta think about it, if the stock market is going anywhere and the stock market's going to somehow vanish because the economy is going to crumble that hard, then does it even really matter? Because at that point, there's gonna be so many more severe situations going on that you're not even gonna care about what you've invested in or not invested in because it's completely gone and you're probably living in the woods somewhere hoping to survive in a cave. I mean, that's just kind of how it goes. So if you're going to make long-term decisions, assuming the stock market is still going to exist in the future, then long-term holding is the best way to go. And again, I've gone over my strategy. If you are curious as to what it is, you could check the video I made out yesterday about my dollar cost averaging strategy and holding cash. Let me know your predictions in the comments below. 1, do you think Tesla is going to be green or red tomorrow? And 2, how long do you think it's going to take before we come out of this? And when we do come out of it, how long do you think it's going to take before we get to new all-time highs for Tesla? Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. We do have a Discord chat, that link is in the description. And if you'd like to support the channel any further, I do have a Patreon, that link is also in the description. Thank you so much, have a great one.